Your phone just died, the power's out, the internet's gone, and the last slice of pizza? Cold, really cold. What now? Here's the hard truth: most people won't make it through 72 hours, not because they're weak, but because they're unprepared in the dumbest ways. I just spent 3 days living off only what's in a typical American pantry. No fridge, no delivery apps, no running water, based on real FEMA guidelines and psychological studies from disaster zones. What I found shocked me: the average household has less than 12 hours of drinkable water, zero backup plan, and absolutely no idea what to do when the grid goes down and the grocery store closes. But here's the good news: surviving those first 3 days isn't about bunkers, bug out bags, or freeze dried steak. It comes down to two simple ideas you learned in college and probably forgot: Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the 80-20 rule, aka the Pareto principle, both of which are secretly used by first responders and smart preppers to stay safe with minimal effort. In this video, I'm breaking down the 9 critical steps to survive any emergency, storm, blackout, or supply chain crash using stuff you already own. Step number 4 turns your hoodie into a survival tool. Step number 7 stops panic dead. And no, you don't need to go full tinfoil hat. Just be the one person who stays calm, fed, and slightly prepared when everything goes dark. Before we dive in, comment power out if you've had a blackout in the last 6 months, or prices up if your grocery bill's gone wild. I'm tracking this across the US, and your story could help someone else stay ready. Step 1. Water first, food second. You can live 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. That's the brutal truth. When the power goes out, your fridge stops working, the Wi-Fi dies, and DoorDash ghosts you. Your first move should not be raiding the snack drawer. It should be grabbing water. Not later, not when you get around to it, right now. Before you even think about peanut butter or Pop-Tarts, water is life. And in a real emergency, clean water becomes one of the rarest things fast. Think about it. No power means no well pump, no city water pressure, no ice from the fridge. Suddenly that half-empty water bottle on your nightstand? Priceless. So what do? Start filling everything, right now. Pull out every pot, pitcher, bucket, or leftover soda bottle you've been meaning to recycle. That weird glass vase your aunt gave you with the tiny handle? Fill it. The blender carafe? Fill it. The clean coffee pot? You guessed it. Fill it. Every single container that can hold liquid should be filled with tap water the second you hear a storm warning or lose power. Don't wait. Once the water pressure drops, you're out of luck. And here's a pro tip: aim for 1 gallon per person per day. That's half for drinking, half for cleaning or cooking. So if you've got a family of 3, you need 9 gallons for 3 days. That's it. Not 50, not a pool, just 9. Most people already have that in their kitchen if they just use what's already there. And don't forget your pets. They need water too. Store it in clean, sealed containers away from sunlight. If you're worried about shelf life, replace it every 6 months, or just use it to water plants and refill. Easy, smart, done, no fancy gear, no survival degree, just common sense. Water first, food second. Always. Step 2, pick 20% high impact foods. You don't need a bunker full of survival meals to make it through 72 hours. In fact, most of what's in those fancy emergency kits, overpriced and overcomplicated. The real secret is the 80-20 rule. 20% of your food does 80% of the work, so forget freeze-dried ice cream and vacuum-packed lasagna. You don't need astronaut food. You need stuff that fills your belly, lasts a long time, and doesn't need power to eat. That's it. And guess what? You probably already have it. Open your pantry, look in your snack drawer. That jar of peanut butter, gold. Granola bars, perfect. Canned beans, soup, tuna, or chili, even better. Crackers, trail mix, dried fruit, jerky, yes, yes, and yes. These are your power players. They don't spoil fast. You don't need to cook them, and they give you energy when you need it most. Peanut butter alone is a survival superstar packed with calories, protein, and fat. Eat it with a spoon if you have to. Pair it with crackers, and you've got a meal that feels like comfort food in a crisis. Canned beans, just pop the top and eat cold. Gross? Maybe, but it beats hunger, and most of these foods don't need refrigeration, which is huge when the power's out. No ice, no cold milk, no yogurt, but your peanut butter? Still good. Your granola bars? Still there. You're not trying to win a Michelin star. You're trying to stay calm, fed, and functional. And the best part? These are the same snacks you grab during a late night binge or pack in a kid's lunch. You're not buying anything new. You're just using what you already own. On purpose. That's the 80-20 magic. A little prep, big payoff. Keep a few extra jars and boxes on hand. Rotate them when you use them. Eat the old ones first. Replace them later. It's called pantry prep, and it costs almost nothing. You're not a prepper. You're just a smart person with a full cupboard. Step 3, keep the lights on, minimal power. Darkness changes everything. It's not just hard to see, it's stressful. Your brain goes into alert mode, little sounds feel louder, shadows look scary, even in your own home you start feeling like you're in a horror movie. And when the power is out for hours or days, staying calm gets way harder. That's why light isn't a luxury, it's survival gear. But you don't need a generator or solar panels to fix it. You just need one working flashlight per person. That's your 20%. That tiny bit of effort gives you 80% of the safety. Keep flashlights in easy spots. Kitchen drawer, bedside table, glove compartment, not buried in the garage. And use real batteries, not the dead ones from 2018. Check them every few months. Rotate them. Or better, get a hand crank flashlight. No batteries needed, just wind it up and it works. Some even charge your phone a little or have a built-in radio. That's huge when you need weather updates or news. Another trick? Candles. But be careful. Never leave them alone. Keep them in glass jars or sturdy holders. Use them on tables away from curtains or paper. And don't forget headlamps. If you've got one from camping, dig it out. Hands-free light is a game changer when you're looking for supplies or helping a kid in the dark. Even a phone flashlight helps. But don't drain your battery. Turn it on only when you need it. Wrap it in red cloth or tape to soften the glare. Bright white light wakes you up. Red light keeps you calm. Small move, big difference. The goal isn't to light up the whole house, just one room, your safe zone, where you eat, talk, and wait it out. Light equals control, control of calm, and calm keeps you smart when everyone else is panicking. Step 4. Stay warm without heat. When the power goes out, the temperature inside your home drops faster than you think. It doesn't matter if you're in Minnesota or Mississippi. After a few hours, that cozy house starts feeling like a walk-in fridge. And here's the scary part. You can get hypothermia even at 60 degrees if you're not dressed right or stuck in a cold room. Your body loses heat through your head, hands, and feet. So staying warm isn't about cranking the thermostat, it's about trapping the heat you already have. And the good news, you don't need a backup furnace or a luxury survival tent. You just need the 20% of items that do the most. Hats, socks, blankets, hoodies, that's it. Put on a beanie, even a cheap one. Wear thick socks, wrap up in a blanket like a burrito. Throw on that hoodie you sleep in. These small things stop your body from losing heat fast. Layering is the secret. One shirt, a sweater, and a jacket beat one heavy coat. Same with pants. Sweatpants over jeans, instant upgrade. And don't forget your bed. If it's cold at night, move your sleeping spot to a smaller room, like a bathroom or closet. Smaller spaces heat up faster with body warmth. Stuff towels under the door to block drafts. Huddle together. Humans are pack animals for a reason. Sharing body heat works. Penguins do it, and so should you. If you have space blankets, those shiny silver ones from first aid kits, wrap them around your shoulders. They look silly, but they reflect 90% of your body heat back to you. Use them like a cape. Put one under your blanket for extra protection. And if you're using candles for light, sit near them, but not too close. They give off a little warmth, and in a pinch, that little helps. Avoid cotton if you're sweating. Wet cotton pulls heat away from your body. Go for wool or synthetic fabrics instead, but hey, if all you've got is pajamas and a fuzzy blanket, use them. The goal isn't perfection, it's staying warm enough to sleep, breathe, and stay calm. Panic burns energy. Warmth saves it. So before the storm hits, check your closet. Find those old gloves, extra blankets, winter hats. Keep them near your bed or survival spot. You're not prepping for the Arctic. You're just making sure you don't spend 3 days shivering on the couch, wishing you'd grabbed that one thing that could have made all the difference. Step 5. First aid equals peace of mind. When the power's out and the world feels upside down, even a small cut can feel like a disaster. No internet to Google, is this infected? No quick ride to urgent care. That's why your first aid kit isn't just for band-aids and scrapes, it's one of your most powerful tools for staying calm. And peace of mind, that's survival. You don't need a giant medical backpack or training from a field hospital. You just need the 20% of supplies that handle 80% of problems. Start with the basics. Band-aids in different sizes, antiseptic wipes, gauze pads, medical tape, and hydrogen peroxide. These handle most cuts, blisters, or burns, like when you drop a can of beans on your toe or burn your hand on a candle. Add pain relievers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen. They help with headaches, fever, or sore muscles from moving furniture or staying tense. Include any prescription meds you take daily. Don't wait until the last pill. Keep a small backup stash in your emergency spot. Digestive issues happen too. Stress, cold food, weird water, these can all mess with your stomach. So toss in antacids, anti-diarrheal, and even a laxative. Not glamorous, but trust me, you'll be glad it's there. Tweezers are a must. Splinters, ticks, or metal shards from broken cans. Tiny things hurt way more when you're already stressed. Scissors, nitrile gloves, and a thermometer rounded out. Keep everything in a waterproof container, like a plastic bin or Ziploc bag, so it stays clean and dry. Store it somewhere easy to grab, not buried under holiday decorations. And check it every 6 months. Replace expired meds, refill used items, make it part of your routine, like changing smoke detector batteries. Most people already have half this stuff in their bathroom cabinet. You're not buying new. You're just organizing what you've got. That's the 80-20 rule in action. A little prep, big protection. And when something small goes wrong, you won't spiral. You'll treat it, move on, and stay focused. Because in an emergency, your mindset is everything. And knowing you can handle a cut, a fever, or a stomach ache, that's the quiet confidence that keeps you strong when everything else feels shaky. Step 6. Communication is comfort. When everything goes dark and quiet, the first thing you'll miss isn't food or light, it's connection. You'll want to know your kid got home safe, that your mom made it through the storm, that your best friend isn't stuck under a tree. We're wired to check on each other. It's not just nice, it's necessary. In a crisis, not knowing can make you do reckless things, like driving through flooded streets just to see if your brother's okay. That's why communication isn't a luxury. It's survival comfort, and you don't need Wi-Fi or cell service to make it work. You just need a plan and a few simple tools. Start with your phone. Keep it charged, but don't use it like normal. Turn off everything you don't need. Bluetooth location, apps running in the background. Every percent of battery counts. Get a power bank and keep it full. Charge it every time the power's on. That little brick could be the reason you send one last text. We're at home, safe. That message, it can calm an entire family. If the network's down, don't panic. Try texting. It often goes through when calls fail. Or use offline apps like walkie-talkie modes on some phones or radios. Even better, have a paper plan. Write down emergency numbers. Pick a family meeting spot in advance, not the front yard or near the store. Be specific. The big oak tree by the school bus stop. The red bench at Maple Park next to the broken swing. Details matter when stress clouds your brain. If you get separated, that one clear image can bring everyone back together. And keep a notebook and pen in your emergency kit. Write notes to each other if you're moving around the house. Gone to check basement back in 10. It sounds small, but in the dark, silence feels heavy. Words, even on paper, light it up. You don't need constant contact, just enough to know you're not alone. That's the real goal. Because when the world feels like it's falling apart, hearing a voice or seeing a note from someone you love can be the one thing that keeps you steady. Step 7, sanitation equals sanity. When the water stops running, one of the first things people panic about isn't food or heat. It's the bathroom. No flushing toilet, no running water to wash your hands, no shower. That's when reality hits hard. And if you don't plan for it, things go downhill fast. Not just physically, mentally. Because nothing kills morale like sitting in your own mess, wondering if you have to go in a trash bag. But here's the good news. You don't need plumbing to stay clean and sane. You just need a few smart, low-effort tricks, the 20% that keeps 80% of the grossness away. Start with the basics. Hygiene. Grab a pack of baby wipes or large cleaning wipes. They're not just for diaper changes, they're survival gold. Use them to wipe your face, hands, underarms, feet, anywhere you feel grimy. One wipe can make you feel human again. Pair it with hand sanitizer, at least 60% alcohol, and you've got a mini shower in a bottle. Keep both near your emergency spot. Don't hide them in the back of the closet. Now the big one, toilets. If the power's out, your pump fails. No flush means no working toilet. So what do? Make a bucket toilet. Yep. Take a clean plastic bucket with a lid, like a paint or storage bin, and line it with a heavy-duty trash bag. Add a little kitty litter, sawdust, or even dirt if you have it. That soaks up liquid and cuts the smell. When it's used, tie the bag tight, double bag it, and store it outside, away from your home and water supply. It's not glamorous, but it works. If you don't have a bucket, use a large trash can with a tight lid. Add a portable camping toilet seat if you've got one. It makes a huge difference in comfort. For women, include extra disposal bags and feminine hygiene products in your kit. These get forgotten fast, but are essential. And always keep toilet paper in a sealed bag. Moisture ruins it fast. Store a roll or two in a Ziploc. Now, trash. Don't let garbage pile up. It attracts bugs, smells bad, and spreads germs. Use small trash bags for daily waste and tie them up fast. Keep a separate bag for food scraps. If you can't take it outside, store it in a sealed bin with baking soda to cut the odor. Clean dishes with minimal water. Wipe food off with a paper towel first, then rinse with a damp cloth. Use biodegradable soap if you have it. The goal isn't 5-star cleanliness. It's staying healthy and feeling okay in your own space. Because when you're stuck for days, a little dirt is fine. But total filth, that breaks your spirit. And in an emergency, your mind is your biggest tool. Keep it sharp. keep it calm. And remember, sanitation isn't about luxury, it's about dignity. And dignity keeps you from giving up when everything else feels out of control. Step 8, mental survival. When the power's out and your phone dies, the first thing that hits isn't hunger or cold, it's boredom. And then quietly panic. You've got no scrolling, no videos, no texts, no music, just silence and your own thoughts. For most of us, that's terrifying. We're used to constant noise, constant distraction. Take it away and your brain starts playing tricks. You obsess over small things. You imagine worst case scenarios. You feel restless, anxious, maybe even helpless. That's not weakness. That's human. And in survival, your mind is the most important tool you have. If it breaks, everything falls apart. So mental survival isn't soft stuff, it's core stuff. And the good news, you don't need therapy or meditation apps. You just need a few simple things to keep your brain from short-circuiting. Start with routine. Even in chaos, structure calms you. Wake up at the same time. Eat meals at set hours. Call it lunch, even if it's peanut butter and crackers at 11 a.m. A schedule makes you feel in control. Next, distraction. Bring comfort items that don't need power. A deck of cards, a paperback book, a coloring book and crayons for kids or for you, a journal and pen. Write down thoughts, fears, even dumb jokes. It gets the noise out of your head. If you've got a battery-powered radio, tune into emergency broadcasts or a local station. Just hearing a human voice can ease the isolation. Music helps too. Load an old MP3 player or phone with your favorite playlist before the power goes out. Keep it on low battery mode and play it for 10 minutes a day like a treat. Humor matters. Tell stories, play Would You Rather, make fun of the cold pizza. Laughing, even a little, releases tension. And if you're with others, talk. Not just about the emergency. Talk about memories. That time you got stuck at the airport, your first concert, grandma's weird casserole. Connection fights fear. For kids, keep games simple. I Spy, 20 questions, charades. No Wi-Fi needed. The goal isn't to be entertained like normal, it's to avoid the mental spiral. Boredom leads to stress, stress leads to bad decisions, but a calm mind sees clearly, it solves problems. Step 9, know when to stay versus go. When disaster hits, your first instinct might be to run, to pack the car, grab the dog, and drive toward safety. But here's the truth. In most emergencies, staying put is safer than leaving. Roads get blocked, gas runs out, traffic jams turn into traps, and if you're not prepared, you could end up stranded in the dark with no water, no phone, and no idea where to go. That's why the smartest move isn't always to flee, it's to shelter in place. It's familiar, it's locked, it has shelter from wind, rain, or cold. Unless there's immediate danger like fire, rising floodwater, gas leaks, or structural damage, your safest bet is to stay. This is especially true in the first 72 hours when first responders are overwhelmed and streets are chaos. Think about it. Do you really want to be on the highway with thousands of other people who had the same idea? One downed tree or power line can trap you for hours. And if your car dies, you're exposed. Instead, fortify your space. Close blinds, lock doors, use flashlights, not candles near curtains, keep your emergency kit nearby, check in with family, stick to your plan. If you live in a flood zone, high-rise, or mobile home, know your real evacuation routes and safe spots ahead of time, not during the storm. Have a go bag ready with water, food, meds, documents, and cash, just in case. But only use it if you have to. And if you do leave, tell someone where you're going, text it. Write it on a note, don't assume they'll know. The goal isn't heroics, it's survival with the least risk. Most people survive disasters not because they escaped, but because they stayed calm, stayed put, and waited it out. Movement creates danger, stillness creates safety. So when the sirens go off and your heart races, don't rush, assess. Ask, is my house damaged? Is there fire? Water rising? No gas smell? No downed wires outside? If everything checks out, stay, breathe, follow your plan. You're not hiding, you're being smart. And in an emergency, the person who stays safe isn't always the one who runs fastest. It's the one who knows when to sit down, close the door, and wait for the storm to pass. Look, you don't need to spend a month's rent on survival gear. You don't need a bunker, a generator, or a closet full of freeze-dried food shaped like mystery meat. Real preparedness isn't about going full doomsday prepper. It's about being the one person who doesn't lose their mind when the power goes out and everyone else is Googling, can I drink pool water? Think about your grandma or your parents during the 70s. No apps, no Amazon Prime, just peanut butter, a hand crank radio, and the kind of common sense that comes from living through gas lines, blackouts, and grocery shortages. They didn't panic, they adapted, they made do, and guess what? You've got way more tools than they did. A phone with a flashlight, a car with jumper cables, a pantry full of snacks that last for months. Even that weird stash of bottled water you bought just in case during 2020 still counts. That half-dead flashlight under the sink, that's survival gear now. The extra blankets on your bed, emergency warmth, the granola bars in your glove compartment, one-day fuel. You don't have to buy anything new. You just have to see what you already have differently. That's the whole game. This isn't about fear. It's not about doomsday clocks or conspiracy theories. It's about being the calm one, the prepared one, the person who hands out water, turns on the light, and says, "Relax, I've got this." And hey, maybe you'll even have a snack. Because let's be real, surviving isn't just about staying alive. It's about staying you. And for a lot of us, that means peanut butter on a cracker, a warm hoodie, and knowing you didn't have to panic buy toilet paper again. So let's bring it all together without the fluff. You don't need a bunker. You don't need a credit card maxed out on survival gear. You just need to know what matters most. Maslow's hierarchy showed you the order: water before food, warmth before Wi-Fi, safety before selfies. And the 80-20 rule proved something even better. 20% of your effort covers 80% of the danger. A flashlight, a gallon of water, a hoodie, and a plan. That's it. That's all it takes to be the most prepared person in your neighborhood when the grid goes down. We walked through 9 simple steps, from filling water bottles to staying mentally strong, and every single one uses stuff you likely already own. This isn't about fear, it's about peace of mind. It's about knowing you can handle 3 days of chaos without losing your cool or your cold pizza. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's your go-to emergency snack? Is it peanut butter, Pop-Tarts, canned beans straight from the can? No judgment, we've all been there. Or tell me, have you already got a water stash, or are you starting tonight? Your answers help everyone watching.